Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday, guys. So I'm sitting in traffic, but I'm sure once traffic starts back moving, these keys are going to be pinging, so I apologize in advance. I wanted to shout you guys really quickly about it only takes one. It only takes one person to shift the energy, to shift the atmosphere. Almost, parallel to be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. So, I had to go to the post office today. And, of course, like the counters are closed because of Veterans Day. And thank you to all my veterans who have served. Thank you so much. So they have the self-service machines, which I'm very used to doing because I always use the self-service machines. So when I went in there, I was by myself. There was nobody else in there other than the people who were checking like their P.O. boxes. So as I'm at the machine, I heard the Holy Spirit clear as day said, somebody's going to come in there and they're going to need help with utilizing this machine that you know all so well. And I'm saying to myself, like, Lord, okay, nobody's in here, right? I got someplace I need to be, and hopefully, because I don't have time, I gotta go. And soon as I hit finish to get my receipt, here comes a lady in there with a big box, and I was itching to get out the door, right? Because I already know my spirit already told me she's gonna need some help. And so right before I walk out, she said, excuse me, she said, this machine is so complicated, and do you think you can help me? And I was like, sure. So as I'm helping her with the machine, maybe about 6 to 7 other people came in the post office. So now it's this line. Again, keep in mind, the counters are closed, the gate is down, so you only have the machine with about 7 people in the line. Well, of course, the world is crazy right now. All this racial tension, all this stuff is just going on. Some people are still, paranoid about the coronavirus. So the tension in the room was very heavy. You got some of everybody in there. You got different races, different age, et cetera, et cetera. The lady who I was helping, I think she was from Russia, actually, from Russia. And so now there's these gentlemen who are in the line, and some of their faces are just straight because, again, you just don't know what people are thinking. People's going through their own stuff. It's just tight. The room is tight. And I'm like, Lord. So as I'm helping the lady, right, helping her type all her information in, everything she needs to do, took about 5 minutes. So after we got finished, because mind you, these people are still waiting to use, they're waiting to use the machine themselves. So as soon as I finish and I help her to get all her information, one of the guys who had the most straight face, right, he said, where are you going? And he started laughing. He said, where are you going? He said, will you help her? Can you help me too? And I thought he was joking, right? I'm laughing with him, but he was serious, right? He was serious. I'm like, sure, I can help you. So now in my mind, I'm thinking like, Lord, I got to be somewhere, right? Now you got 5 other people in this line. Am I going to have to help all these people? And then I heard the Holy Spirit say, clear as day, listen, that's the problem. People are itching to know what purpose is and where is purpose and what is purpose. And they're looking for this one moment of arrival to a purpose. And truth of the matter is, I do believe we ultimately have a purpose, yes. But I think some people also miss it, including myself, right? I have to be intentional. We miss it that purpose is in the very moment that God is using us on a day-to-day basis, right? So after laughing and now, helping this gentleman, and the lady is still there too. We're all just laughing because they were just saying, these machines are for younger people and I'm struggling over here. And before you know it, you had everyone in the line who was straight faced in this tension in the room. Everybody's laughing. Black, white, Russian, young, old, everybody's laughing, and now the energy is lifted and everybody's enjoying themselves. So then when I left and I got back in my truck, I was like, you know what, God, that's amazing, because when I walk out there, they all were just like saying, well, thank you for being so generous, and thank you for taking the time out, because we couldn't get these things mailed out. My child needs something from college and X, Y, and Z. She wouldn't get it in time because I didn't know the post office was closed today. So when I got in my truck, I was like, see, you know, if we just slow down, and Lord knows I'm guilty, but God He's convicting me to be more present. But to be present, when you get the conviction, you're going to have to, whatever you got going on, because you're going to feel like, well, I have to be somewhere, or X, Y, and Z. You're going to have to be intentional to let your flesh set aside for a moment and try to figure out what does God need in this moment. It only takes one person. There's so much tension in the world today, right? So be the change you want to see. If somebody has a straight face and they look like X, Y, and Z, smile first. Speak first. You will be surprised how many people will literally light up and just smile and have a whole conversation with someone who just say hello first or smile first, because the other person just don't know what you're thinking, right? The same way we're thinking, they're thinking one way, and they probably having some thoughts about X, Y, and Z, and they're all straight faced because X, Y, and Z. They may be thinking the same thing about you. So if you just smile and you break the ice, you know? So I wanted to share that, because the world itself is crazy busy. As you can hear, somebody's behind me with their bass, and you know. It's just so much going on in the world. There's so much noise, so much distractions, but slow down and allow God to use you, because purpose sometimes are in the small things. Purpose sometimes are in daily things, versus looking for this one big moment to arrive to purpose, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and you guys have a great weekend. This guy behind me, whoever's behind me with this bass on, he got my head hurting. You guys have a great weekend. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.